hit it, James, for me at least. It comes to iGnite. Can iGnite be a force like he was earlier today? Can he be the striker that TSM need to match Vitality? We're underway in game number 1 of our final set of the day. And KDOP scores the first goal 7 seconds in off the miss. Just how it starts.
KDOP just turning on this ball, getting a strong hit. And you can see there, Remco just whiffing and gonna take a look. He had plenty of boost in the tank to make the save, so just not the greatest start for TSM.
That is exactly what you did not want to happen. Off the whiff, Vitality take it. Fairy Peak flipping it over to Scrub Kill of Vitality. A highlight reel of a team. They continue on. 13 seconds, 2 goals.
Look at this, Scrub just waiting in the wings. Fairy with the pass right to him. Oh my, that was just brutal.
Again, the passing by Vitality. They're going to test TSM every step of the way. TSM haven't even gotten a chance to get on the field.
Well, I mean, just looking at the record, 12 game wins, just 1 game lost. The only team that took off a game off of Vitality, and 4 series was PSG. The level of domination that we've seen from Vitality has just been mind-boggling.
They've just eclipsed every expectation that we had for them coming into this season. We had question marks. We had, can this team of stars on paper, can they form together into this cohesive unit? And they've answered time.
Is KDOP the answer?
And again.
Yes.
Yes, he is. KDOP, another challenge in the corner. And Remco fighting him off for the boost and the ball. Metzenaris, finally TSM break out to the orange half. Scrub Killer, though. He's got the touch, and he's going to carry it almost past iGnite. iGnite able to get there. Remco back to iGnite, looking for Metzenaris. It's challenged. Remco picking this up in the corner. It's a good continuation by TSM. Remco pulling off, trying to bite, trying to get Scrub to bite, and he doesn't. KDOP with the clear. And iGnite tried to slow it down, but ended up giving away the ball to KDOP on the play, thinking maybe KDOP was going to come in on that, wanting to make him miss on it. Didn't work that time, but TSM do get possession. Metzenaris back over to iGnite. They're working their way towards the box, James, but they still haven't registered a shot on net.
Yeah, it has been a rough start for TSM, to say the least. Like you said, no shots on net so far. That one not even registering as a shot. And you know, and like you also said, iGnite was so key in the earlier series victory against Barcelona. He just had to step up. And Metzenaris, his defense was great, but the defense for TSM has not been fantastic. Vitality just off to a hot start.
Trying to force the issue in the corner, Remco. He picks it up in midfield, but on the back end, a demo opens things up. Fairy Peak KDOP says, get out of my way! And Remco picks up the save. Thought maybe for a second he'd just be able to flip it right by after the bump halfway through. Vitality, no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, that play right there, again, a very solid play. You saw the bump attempt and then the shot from KDOP. And we've seen, you know, 2 players in very close proximity for Vitality. They find a way to make it work. They did in the second goal. They almost did there.
And the pass out to iGnite, not going to happen. It was broken up. A pass out from iGnite to Metzenaris. He wanted iGnite again, but iGnite was already on his way to the ground, and so Vitality head back to the blue half. Metzenaris able to find iGnite. They boom it back downfield. Remco, the demo in midfield, gives him the ball, but too high. And Fairy Peak able to take control. Metzenaris can't clear it out. Scrub Killer. iGnite right there to play it away from him. He bumps into Metzenaris on the play. And KDOP takes control in the corner. So that's the second time Metzenaris and iGnite gotten tied up on that side of the field, trying to force any sort of opportunity or chance. And they just haven't been able to do it. 1:30 remaining. They've registered 2 shots on net. Granted, you know, Vitality have only gotten 3 registered shots on net. The difference is they scored on 2 of them.
But even there, you know, in the final third, TSM's attack seems to die. Even Metzenaris trying to go for a dribble play there, just couldn't find it. Now a net wide open. Fairy Peak, you know, how can I help close this game out? Vitality just doing a great job, and that play set up by the 50-50 win by Scrub Killer. And then Scrub Killer, I don't know if he was trying to steal it there and go for the bump on Remco, but Vitality, they're just dominating this game, setting the pace, and the TSM attack just breaking down right in the final third.
And Scrub Killer off that 50-50, he's been making these kind of challenges all season long and setting up his team for success and also scoring goals of his own, especially referencing earlier today. Scrub has just been fantastic. I mean, this whole team, iGnite trying to force his way towards the box, but it's knocked away again. Metzenaris, the touchdown. iGnite finds it high off the backboard, straight back out. Remco's shot just above the crossbar. Metzenaris tries to get in time. He can't do it. Vitality retain a more than comfortable 3-goal lead with 35 seconds left and just have not sweat a single bead, James.
And you're absolutely right. And Scrub reading this off the crossbar bounce, taking another look at it. Scrub, look at this play. He gets the crossbar bounce and just reads it perfectly to put it in.
You're not Scrub. Nothing more you can say about it.
Scrub is one of those players where there was so much hype around him coming in. He was, the child prodigy. We've known about him since the previous game. Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars, had to say it.
Nailed it.
But Scrub, he has been playing this game since he was in diapers, basically, and expectations at an all-time high when he came into the RLCS, and Vitality, a big disappointment. And now iGnite is able to get one, but it's not going to be enough. But
I mean, you're totally right though. Scrub Killa comes in, doesn't have the performing season he was looking for with Vitality, picks up KDOP, and even then, they continue to struggle, and it wasn't until this season,
until the RLCS. You're right.
Or even DreamHack Leipzig, they looked like they were finally starting to come into form, but it really wasn't until the RLCS where this kind of dominating performance, it's something we came to expect for a while from Dignitas.
Yes.
And then Dignitas loses KDOP, and KDOP just takes the force with him.
Yeah, but Scrub Killa, he really has just had such a good season. Multiple incredible plays by him. He's a rock in the back, but he also, he has a complete toolkit. And really, Vitality is just such an intimidating team when anyone on that team can just go insane. But Renault Vitality, I think if you can encapsulate their season so far, that they're living up to the hype. They're finally putting out on the field what they should have been if you look at what they have on paper.
And even when, you said it earlier in the game, at times when they're close together, they make it work. The very first goal Vitality scored with Fairy Peak's pass just
that was
to the
second
right.
goal.
Or the second goal, excuse me. They scored so many.
Happened so fast.
You're right.
And there were so many. But yes, that was, just a situation where those teammates, they're just in lockstep. They know what each other's going to do. They're communicating well, and they're making the plays. And Vitality, they still, in the game record for them, 13 wins, 1 loss. Obviously, they're 4-0 on the season so far, but they've only dropped 1 game so far in league play. So they are just still ripping and tearing through the competition.
And again, for TSM, it was really a struggle to get anything going in midfield. Even when they did have space to utilize in midfield, the one that really screams out to me is Remco. He picks up the demo in midfield. He wants to look over, cross the pitch to iGnite. He just completely overshoots him, and Fairy Peak takes advantage. Just one example of many that happened in that game that Vitality took advantage of. They have to find a way, and it just doesn't stop. KDOP picks up another goal. Vitality can't be beat.
Well, you know why it doesn't stop is because you can't stop KDOP. It's simple. KDOP 3 seconds in, getting the first goal for Vitality, much like the first game where we saw Remco miss his save opportunity. Vitality getting on the board very early. And you really just can't let them get away with that. Vitality's already good enough. They're already good enough. Stop giving them goals in the first 3 seconds.
Scrub Killa takes this one out to the corner. Mets there to challenge. Remco as well. iGnite quickly there. Off the corner, KDOP and Scrub Killa combine their powers to get it back to midfield. And TSM keep control.
The fusion clear.
Doesn't work every time. They try again. That one off the crossbar. This time it does work. Why not? Metzenaris picks up the goal, ties the game for TSM.
And this is exactly what TSM needed. We see another team pinch here, that working out wonderfully. KDOP with the misread, and then the bounce shot by Metzenaris. So that was, a good utilization of the pinch there, that time by TSM.
And you feel like you have to go to that route against Vitality. It feels impossible to score against this team because they just keep coming. They keep scoring. Even if you get even if TSM are able to take the lead here, you feel like they might have to score 3 more just to keep Vitality at bay. But Fairy Peak, a hanging ball just inside the attacking third. Now Ignite couldn't get a flip out.
And that was almost a goal right there. Another failed flick opportunity for TSM.
K-Dot picks this up from the third. Tries to flip under Remco, successful in that endeavor, but Ignite, Metzenaris, they're able to get it back out to Vitality territory. Fairy Peak keeps it close, makes Ignite miss. And Remco back out to the side. He just has to retreat. Has to have Metzenaris try to make a touch out. Vitality, Scrub Killer, another challenge, flying in his Fairy Peak. Shot on, and Remco picks up the save off the crossbar.
But that entire attack started with Fairy Peak doing such a solid defensive job in the corner, controlling the ball, putting it up the wall, taking defenders out of the game, and then clearing it upfield.
Fairy Peak again, met by Ignite. It's already much better for TSM early. 5 shots registered in the first 2 minutes. Another shot there blocked by Fairy Peak, and over to Scrub Killer. Fairy Peak up for this quickly on the challenge from Metzenaris. Remco gonna have some time after Ignite gets the demo onto K-Dop, which slowed things down plenty for TSM to break out. Can they do something with it here? Picking it up, Ignite, shot blocked by Fairy Peak. Metzenaris quick to the corner. Remco following closely. Shot blocked by Fairy Peak. And Vitality hang on, keep the game tied. Pass for TSM to keep possession. Ignite buying some time for TSM to retool.
But that was well done by this TSM attack. Remco getting a strong shot towards net. I've been looking for Remco to step up. I thought he was pretty quiet in their first series of the day. He has had a quiet start so far, but that was a good shot turned aside by Fairy.
K-Dop close to this. Ignite, not sure how to attack on that. Tried to side flip back to it, couldn't do it. He does pick up the ball. Metzenaris losing to Fairy Peak in midfield, but it's a net positive for TSM. A demo almost causes Scrub Killer to own goal, but it hits back off the posts. Fairy Peak up against Remco. TSM have hung on in this tie, or it's Vitality, sorry, hanging on off the assault from TSM, who put a lot of shots on.
And you also you can't forget how the series played out. Oh, I thought Ignite had a chance there. Now a 1v1. But a good job by Metza, but TSM in their first series, they lost 8-2 against Barcelona before turning it around. So, you know, they're no stranger to losing game 1 pretty badly and bringing the series back.
They just have to find the net. Remco booms it down over to Ignite. Back to the corner, Scrub Killer. K-Dop just missing the ball by a pixel. Remco, he gets over Fairy Peak. Much more stable from TSM, but the pass to K-Dop, as soon as I say it, Vitality score. They take advantage late in game number 3.
This was a world-class pass off the ceiling. Scrub Killer connecting with K-Dop. Scrub Killer continuing his excellent play. That was quite the pass, Jorby.
And it is game number 2 with a minute left. A great pass for Vitality. TSM, it took him a while.
And Gibbs said it, you know, Vitality makes these plays and they make it look easy. You know, timing, you know, your hit and your trajectory on the ball to make a ceiling pass right to your teammate look that effortless, it really is just incredible. Scrub Killer is playing at the next level.
Metzenaris picking this up. He's got Ignite. Ignite trying to follow closely to it, trying to force the issue, but it gives Scrub the ball for a second. They do boom it away. Vitality, they found the gap, but headed back to midfield. Scrub Killer picks this up. Fighting against Ignite. Up high again is K-Dop. The shot blocked by Metzenaris. 10 seconds left for TSM. From midfield, Remco could not get back to the ball. Ignite to Vitality's corner, met by a boomer from Scrub Killer. And hanging across the box, Remco trying to keep it in the air. No TSM player in sight. Vitality take a 2-game lead and look to sweep TSM.
You know, it really is just, it's jaw-dropping to see how consistent Vitality has been so far this season, how good they're playing. Scrub Killer and K-Dop both connecting for the goals in this matchup. And that last play, the ceiling pass from Scrub. You know, when he's up on the ceiling like that, what's he going to do? Does he have enough boost to go for a flip reset? Maybe, you know, a flip reset to double tap, or just, you know, a ceiling shot that's delayed. He had so many options there, and he pinpointed K-Dop and was able to make that play happen. So
it's not even the first time today he did that. He hit a ceiling pass to K-Dop earlier today too. So it's just, like you said, the consistency is really incredible from Vitality. And they are such, when they hit passes like that, they are so fun to watch as a team because it really does feel like no one can stop them. TSM, while the game was tied for the majority of the game, they still couldn't find any room against Vitality. Even when they did get a shot on net, it was trying to force it in between the top of the net and the crossbar, trying to force a bad touch out of Vitality, trying to just find a single gap in the net. They just couldn't.
Yeah,
they found it one time.
There wasn't much space. You know, even the few good shots that they had were just well defended by Vitality. And, you know, the one goal that they got was because of a team pinch that K-Dop missed the read on. So very few mistakes out of Vitality. And it feels like nobody can beat Vitality because pretty much nobody can beat Vitality. One game. PSG has taken one game off of them. That is it.
And so, Vitality, can they get another sweep under their belts?
And I mean, that pretty much guarantees top two. So, you know, it's a... Vitality's just so hot.
Fairy Peak wins a challenge. Metzanar is able to make a save. And Remco has to wrap back around. He's able to find some room. Metzanaris. He's blocked again by Scrub Killer. Remco back to iignite, looking for Remco. Remco shot. Oh, it rolls off the post. Scrub Killer picks up the save. Not the best clear. Metzanaris, iignite, and they score off of Metzanaris. They get the first goal. And TSM are alive.
And so much pressure mounting after that Remco shot. And again, you can see K-Dop missing that read, but a great read from Metzanaris. It was a double commit, but TSM knew they had to go all in on that ball. And TSM finally getting on the board first after Vitality scored in the very first seconds in both games 1 and 2.
Again, TSM can't outlast Vitality. They have to keep scoring because Vitality, their passing in the offensive half of the field, really just their passing in general, is so hard to defend. They are going to keep challenging TSM. Metzanaris able to neutralize it in midfield. K-Dop picks it up on the follow-up. Scrub trying to get back to it. iignite. Now close. Vitality clear that one away. Remco. Again, well defended by Scrub Killer. K-Dop downfield. He wins the challenge in midfield, and he takes it himself. K-Dop scores and ties it for Vitality.
Absolutely filthy. A monstrous clear from Scrub right into a blistering double tap from K-Dop. Vitality, they cannot be stopped.
It's just the quickest transition. What do you do when K-Dop wins that hard in midfield?
And I mean, all of that whole play starts off when Remco had full boost in his own back corner, and instead of utilizing a teammate to try to start a counterattack, he just went for a huge clear. And that huge clear allowed Scrub Killer to kickstart their own counterattack on the other side of the field. So you just feel like that is missing from TSM's game, is working with those teammates to get those counterattacks started. They're just trying to get rid of the ball.
K-Dop up high. There's a demo from Remco to open it up. Metzanaris picks up another goal, and TSM take the lead right back.
And Metza says, K-Dop, you got a double tap. Well, I can do that too. Remco helping out, and Metza using up every ounce of boost in the tank to get it. But then Remco, that demo as well, big part of that goal, and TSM take the lead right back.
It's exactly what it takes to get through this Vitality defense. You have to remove them from the field. Fairy Peak working his way against Metzanaris. A great block from Remco, but Scrub picks it up from midfield. iignite blocks that one away. Fairy Peak quickly getting back, buys his team some time. Metzanaris back to iignite, shot on. Scrub Killer rolls it out. K-Dop gets the follow-up. Can he get back to his own clear? He can. Vitality keep the scoreline within one. What a defensive effort.
On the goal line, Scrub Killer refusing to let that ball go in. He dribbled it out. It looked like it had completely crossed the line, but Scrub not giving up. What an effort.
Fairy Peak off his own back wall. booms that one away. Remco has a play from midfield. Metanaris shot just off the post. iGnite came in, but K-Dop was there for the touch. Fairy Peak to K-Dop. Up high towards the box, and Remco booms it away. He's got Metanaris down for the transition, and Scrubkilla able to clear it out to the corner. TSM hanging on to a 1-goal lead with 2 minutes left. iGnite off the ceiling. Metanaris scores! TSM up by 2!
And a hat trick for Metanaris. He's having a phenomenal game, and iGnite off the ceiling. That pass setting him up. You could see that completely fooled the Vitality defense. iGnite getting that pass to Metanaris, but Metza, he has just been doing a great job of finishing those plays off.
2 solid double touches to score off of a Remco demo, and now a setup from iGnite. Metanaris has been the clutch factor for TSM, keeping them alive in this series. This was looking like a done deal, James, after game number 2. No sweat, another sweep for Vitality, but we sit, there's still plenty of time left for Vitality. TSM have the insurance that they so desperately needed, and they're keeping Vitality out of the blue half.
Oh, and another
iGnite
one.
Falling down just wide of the post. Metanaris blocked by K-Dop.
That looked like a chance potentially for TSM to put the game out of reach, but Vitality, they're still in this one. Plenty of time left on the clock to make the play.
Metanaris downfield off the pass from iGnite. Good challenge. Scrubkilla still racing back. Remco misses, and now Vitality head the other way. Fairy Peak on the point off the pass from Scrub. Rolling off the ramp. Metanaris tries to clear it away, but Scrub is there. iGnite working the edge now. Back over. He's there again, and TSM, they steady the course. Metanaris, he had to sit and watch as Scrub almost picks up another goal. Fairy Peak blocked by Remco. TSM holding the line. Metanaris blocking another from Scrubkilla. Trying to get back around as Fairy Peak, but iGnite squares this up. The defense has been preventing shots on net from Vitality. Scrub from midfield, racing back, looking for the pass.
Oh!
Runs into Fairy Peak. If he does it, they may have a goal.
That seemed like a brilliant chance for Vitality, and Scrub almost connecting on that, but you're so right, Jorby. That was a team bump there that broke up a scoring opportunity. That could have been such a different story for Vitality.
iGnite able to get over Scrub. They've wasted so much time off the clock. The clear downfield will score. Metanaris puts in his 4th goal of Game 3. TSM answer thusly.
And K-Dop, he was just millimeters away from being able to get to that ball, but Metanaris with the speed and his 4th goal. TSM, you know, doing what only one other team in one other game has been able to do, and that's take a game off Vitality.
Can it be the catalyst that puts TSM back in the driver's seat of this series, or really for the first time in this series, as we head to game number 4? If there's any way you're gonna win game 3, do it like that, in danger of being swept. And they look good in that game specifically, but you felt like they were starting to turn things around in game 2. While shots were still coming from Vitality, they were able to keep them out of the net for the most part. This time, they prevented the shots in the latter half of game 3 from Vitality, and the result is as you see it on the scoreboard, 4-1.
Yeah, absolutely. But TSM, you know, a lot of this, it wasn't the TSM that we saw play earlier today. You know, iGnite taking more of a playmaking role, helping set up Metanaris for these 4 goals. But yeah, they just shut down Vitality. You know, I just want to see Remco still get more involved. I think if Remco can bring up his level of play here, TSM has a legitimate shot at getting back into this series, forcing a game 5.
And I do think he's getting there somewhat. He is at least playing a great supporting role for Metanaris and iGnite. That demo giving them
that demo, that was a very good play.
Was a very big
and his shot
very
too.
big for
You know,
them.
his shot that started off the attack from that insane angle. But you know, I just want to see Remco connecting more, you know, getting some goals, getting some good solid assists. So TSM, they're still in this series. Obviously, reverse sweeps, we do see them happen. We saw it happen to PSG. So keep your eyes on TSM. If they get this game, they've got all the momentum going into game 5.
And as long as they still keep themselves spread out and able to follow up quickly, their positioning in games 1 and 2, iGnite and Metanaris specifically were running into each other several times. You did not see that in game number 3.
I mean, you did see it a little bit with Vitality, if you remember that.
Getting tied up a couple times.
A little bit.
Well, we start things off in game 4. iGnite with 1 clear, and he is gone. K-Dop taking him out of the play. Scrub Killer. He wins the challenge against Metzanaris.
And both games that Vitality did win, they scored first, and they scored very early.
Remco booms it downfield off the back wall, caught by K-Dop. Ignite, a good challenge, throwing it towards the box. Metzanaris is there, he's blocked by Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak trying to take control from midfield. Remco there on the challenge. K-Dop close against Remco. Remco to Ignite. He misses the ball, trying to get back. Scrub Killer clears it out. Metzanaris getting back to Ignite. It might have been dangerous for TSM,
yeah,
but they get away with one.
You know, I love the patience that Remco had waiting for that touch before he made his pass, but you're right, Ignite just slightly out of position. Could have been a threatening opportunity.
K-Dop slows it down in midfield, works his way to the corner. Remco trying to take point. Fairy Peak, another demo on his way back on the rotation. K-Dop trying to fight off Ignite for the ball. And Metzanaris coming off the ceiling, has a shot. Fairy Peak able to save it for now, but flying in is Remco. Fairy Peak squares up again. Rolling back is Ignite. Fairy Peak wins another challenge. It's finally back over to midfield for Ignite. Metzanaris winning one from the third, straight down, blocked again by K-Dop. Remco's shot blocked as well. A lot of pressure from TSM. Scrub Killer takes this out. He has to get over Ignite, and he makes the touch off the backboard. Metzanaris follows it up with a touch to K-Dop, and blocked by Ignite, making up for it. Acrobatic stunts for TSM. They come away clean.
The hustle from Ignite to get back. Vitality, that was a good chance for them. TSM also having some wonderful opportunities early on. This is a close game four.
Remco, the touch got away from him. Scrub Killer picks this up from the corner, and he got that corner boost as well. K-Dop off the ceiling, looking for Fairy Peak, and Metzanaris has the clear. TSM stay the wave again. Ignite, challenge from the third. He's got Metzanaris available. K-Dop on the challenge, forces Remco up. TSM have done well. Halfway through, Vitality only one registered shot on net. A great challenge by Metzanaris. TSM have woken up. Remco to the opposite side to Metzanaris. Remco, the demo on his way out. Ignite, the challenge against K-Dop. Really forcing Renault Vitality to make every decision, trying to find a gap, making them think about every touch, and they've been there to respond. The attacking third shut down. Metzanaris back to Ignite, but he went for the corner boost, still almost got back to the ball, and it just zips by Remco back to TSM's corner.
Yeah, now we'll see how Remco handles that pressure, having to get back. Vitality now on the attack. But TSM doing such a good job with their challenges now, getting big wins that allow them to get pressure on the Vitality net. Both Metza and Ignite doing a really good job of it.
Boom up by Fairy Peak. Scrub looking for Fairy Peak. Vitality, small pass out to midfield. Trying to flip that up over Ignite. Remco, Remco opting for Metzanaris on the play. Scrub Killer off the back wall. Does he have the touch? Scrub Killer scores! Vitality take the lead.
And this was just a difficult situation. You see Remco actually having to go in reverse and half flip before repositioning. It was just too awkward of a play for him. And Scrub Killer, he is not going to miss those opportunities, and he gets Vitality the lead with just about a minute left to play. Not much time left on the clock for TSM.
And they were stable for so long, able to keep Vitality out of the blue end, but as soon as they find any sort of real estate, they score, and now TSM, they do not have a lot of time left. Remco, able to win against Scrub Killer. K-Dop follows it up. K-Dop against the corner. Vitality with control in midfield. Fairy Peak playing it down. He beats Remco to the ball. Scrub Killer forces the issue and beats Metzanaris, making Ignite having to flip back, make a play. He does. Back to the corner. Scrub Killer, the zone against Ignite. He got the boost, collected that. Fairy Peak gets the bump. Racing K-Dop, realizing Ignite had the play. He slowed down, was able to at least fight to the corner. He doesn't win, but Scrub Killer, it buys him time in midfield to do this. Off the back wall, Fairy Peak shoots, and it's blocked by Ignite. off to the corner. Remco, they have 20 seconds to score. iGnite the demo to open up midfield. Metzenaris high off the backboard. He scores with 14 seconds left. TSM tie in the game.
Metzenaris, look at that. A little freestyle into a double tap. No problem. And TSM, they're in a position to force overtime.
Double tap dance, and Metzenaris does it again for the third time off the backboard. TSM will not go quietly. iGnite. Force challenge off to the corner. Metzenaris, he's got Remco behind him. Remco wins off the backboard. iGnite waiting, he knew K-Dop had it, and it's a bouncer out. Metzenaris keeps it up in the air. Off the ceiling, iGnite shot is blocked by Fairy Peak. Game 4 overtime, James.
Couldn't have asked for more for the final match of the day. TSM giving us a show against Vitality.
iGnite. Knocked away by K-Dop. Up quickly is Remco. And K-Dop finds the win. Remco downfield. He had it off the backboard. Running back around for his shot. Scrubkilla stays with it. iGnite able to grab the midfield boost, and he has the ball. Fairy Peak has the clear out to the side. Metzenaris is there. TSM trying to clamp down on the orange half of the field. Remco following the touch through. Can't find the dunk. Scrubkilla has the clear. Fairy Peak with the follow-up. Hard against the sidewall. K-Dop gets a much-needed clear for Vitality.
And then they have Vitality on the back foot right now. TSM still getting on the attack right now. And a chance for Remco to self-pass, but K-Dop being on the backboard, good job of shutting that down, but that's gonna find it potentially.
He saved it off to the corner. Fairy Peak hopping up again. He has 5 saves in game number 4. Will not let TSM score. Off to the corner. Metzenaris, iGnite, blocked by Scrubkilla. Trying to force the issue is Remco. Back out towards the middle. Scrub to K-Dop, and it's loose back over to TSM's back wall. So many chances for TSM, but Vitality will not crack.
And good speed from Remco there to get up and challenge Fairy on that ball. And now TSM right back on the attack, trying not to give Vitality any time to breathe.
And another boomer. Metzenaris hits this one up high. iGnite's up for this quickly. Metzenaris has Remco on the wing. The pass, and blocked by K-Dop. iGnite flipping back quickly. He was the last man back.
Oh, the demo!
And the pull by Metzenaris. He saves the day for TSM. Remco picks this one up. He wins the challenge against Fairy Peak. What a response from Metz.
Metza leaving everything on the field right there. That demo left the net wide open, but Metza got the bump on Scrub to prevent that shot.
TSM in game number 4, they're in E-League form right now. Scrubkilla teeing that out to the corner.
Oh,
big miss from Remco. iGnite able to flip back quickly to make a save. Fairy Peak looking for K-Dop, challenged against Metzenaris. Remco fighting off Fairy Peak right on his tail. Able to get back to the ball. Scrubkilla, Fairy Peak tying up, but they do get back to the corner. Fairy Peak blocked by iGnite. Coming back in is K-Dop around the corner. And Metzenaris able to pick up the clear. We played half a game of Rocket League in this overtime. Neither team have given. It is a tug of war infinitely in this overtime. Who will fall first?
Yeah, and we've seen a few moments where Remco and Metza getting confused around their positioning on the back line. And that has, come back to haunt them a little bit. See if they can clean that up. But right now, TSM hanging in there. And Metza just having such a phenomenal series.
Up high, Scrubkilla able to boom it back down the field. Metzenaris trying to work his way past. He can't do it. Fairy Peak quickly there as well. Scrubkilla on his way out picks up that boost. K-Dop from his own third gets the touch out, but responded. Scrub around the corner. Metzenaris has that first touch. iGnite back to midfield. They're grabbing a lot of boosts on the play. Everyone's sitting at 30 or lower right now, but Metzenaris able to pick up his own corner boost on the way out. So TSM bought themselves space and time, but an opening. K-Dop to Scrub. Score! Vitality! Exquisite! They win the game in game 4. They move to a still undefeated record. What a series.
And that passing play to cap it all off. That was gorgeous. Wow, what an unbelievable ending. Vitality They are just sending it home right now. What a series from them. And Scrubkilla with the final goal to just finish it off. What a play.
It started out as another day at the park for Vitality. First, what do you call...
I mean,
it was just a dominating game 1 victory, and you think, okay, TSM, they're not going to do anything against Vitality. Then it was much closer, a 1-goal game in game 2, but still Vitality, you felt like they were in control. Then game 3, TSM come out and smack them in the mouth. Say, no, this series is not over. We're not going to make this easy on you. And then that game was the best game.
It might not necessarily been TSM. It was a lot of Metzenaris. Let's be real here.
Yes, absolutely.
Metza just had such a great series for TSM. I thought he played really well, but I thought Remco, honestly, was just struggling to find his spot on the pitch for TSM. You know, they needed more magic from him in order to take it down. But when you talk about magic, it seems like Vitality, they had it all. And they used it in pretty much every game. That final play, though, was something else. I love seeing that. And Vitality, you know, they move on. Still perfect on the season.
I think that game 4 really delivered on the hype that people were feeling for TSM versus Vitality. Vitality win. Leaf, guys, how about that match?
Yeah, no, it's great to see that they move back into still undefeated. Fantastic. Vitality, powerhouse.
Unbelievable match, obviously, for Vitality and TSM. TSM showing us clear number 2. We wanted this match. It was the match of the week, and it delivered on all fronts.
That's the match of the season so far, I feel like. 2 extremely competitive teams that will be at the World Championship, more than likely putting on a show.
I mean, just the mechanics of Scrubkilla alone coming out, hitting like every single ceiling shot and every single like ceiling shot pass, coming in with double touches. But then we got Metza on the other side of the pitch doing what he does best, and that's getting these crazy saves that bump at the last game. So many fantastic plays from him.
I mean, that's the Scrub we kind of came to expect. We're like, all right, this guy's a prodigy. He's insane. Didn't get to see quite that in the first season that he showed up, but this season he has really come into his own and is winning hearts of everybody. Whether it be through his height or his high-flying plays, it doesn't matter. The fact that he's making ceiling touch passes in multiple series and they look so clean, like, unbelievable, Scrub.
And plus, like, the speed of his double taps are just so incredibly quick. Like, sure, Remco might have looked lost once in a while, but I think everyone looks lost when we see Scrubkilla in the air trying for this extremely fast aerial. Like, it seemed like TSM was hanging in there, but you always felt like this was Vitality's series.
It just seems to be that no matter what they do, there's a contingency plan or a backup or like a back plan B or something. Like, even though Scrub was dribbling it downfield in the midfield there for that last goal, he gets challenged and goes to the side, and he's like, you know what? I got to trust my team. I'm going to move upfield. I'm going to wait for that pass back, and I'm going to slam it near post. Just beautiful.
The scary part is, Vitality, they win 3-1, and Metzenaris had to have the series of his life. Like, imagine if he played, like, more normal, then who knows what could happen. Vitality is just firing on all cylinders. They're 5-0 now, and I don't think technically they've clinched, but we're going to see them in New Jersey.
Well, it's not even that. His goal participation for Metzenaris was at 85% too. It's not even that he was on the back line. He's up on the front making plays happen, right? And, you know, for me, I'm used to seeing iGnight be that guy.
I mean, I'm looking at the stats, and it just doesn't seem to matter. No matter what he does, someone's going to step him up. Scrub's at 89%, so he's like, oh, take that, Metzenaris. Like, no matter what he does, Scrub had an answer.
Yeah, so now, I mean, like, looking at them being able to take Vitality that far, do we think that TSM is looking to be kind of a clear, definitive second in the European region?
I mean, definitely they showed up
There's
here.
a little hesitation there, though. You're like, yeah.
I don't know. It's weird because, like Gibbs said, you have to like really show up, and that's from Metza, and he has to show up big time. But I think if they can honestly like spread out and make it more of a team effort, not just Metza doing everything, but literally more of a combined effort, I think they have definitely a good chance of being up there.
They are number 2 right now, but every series that they play versus all of these teams in Europe is going to be so close. So 2 for now, but they have to keep it up weeks 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So what is it that a team is going to have to do to break down Vitality?
I honestly don't know if there's anything you can do at this point, Leaf. Like, they play super fast. They're always first to the ball. The touches are always there and on point. And then they're creative on top of that. Not only is it just good infield pass plays and shots, but then it's the individual plays that also get coupled with that to where the ability of, okay, yes, this player may not be doing the best. Say someone is slacking a little bit on the team. It doesn't matter. Someone else out of those 3 players is going to step up, create opportunities for the rest, and then carry it through. Like, it's just, on every facet of the game, they're fine.
You basically need one person to create chaos, then you need 2 two players to play midfield defense. Then you need a fourth player to also guard your net.
And unfortunately, you can't do that.
And then you'll have a chance.
I mean, with such great mechanics, it's either you out-mechanic them in skill, which is almost impossible from what we're seeing, or you literally, like you said, just completely go for demos and disrupt their playstyle. But they're such a brick wall that you have to do that and also maintain solid defense yourself. It's
I think if we would have saw the coupling of the defense that they showed in Metznaris' performance with Ignite's performance in their first series with his shots, I think we could have saw a Game 5 really close come down to the wire. It's so difficult to expect that performance after everybody.
Well, let's take a look at the schedule here presented by Axe. This is what we witnessed today. Definitely a bit more exciting, I think, than a couple of 3-0s we saw last week in Europe. They definitely, I think, stepped up the energy from North America, definitely. But I actually can't pick a favorite match. There were so many good ones today.
This was the best Rocket League day we've had so far this season. I felt like all the teams really played well. The only team, maybe Mao Sports, didn't really show up versus Dignitas. That could have been more in Dignitas, but I feel like everyone else in Europe really showed up today and played extremely well.
Right. I really love the TSM Barca match. That was such a close nail-biter.
And now we get to look at the numbers. Something seemed a little off still here. Usually, we're used to a different yellow team sitting at the top with the 5-0. But right now, it's Renault Vitality with TSM in second. But again, still some hesitation on will they stay there as PSG is starting to show some magic.
Yeah, the PSG one's tough because they do show us this dominant performance against Dignitas, who finally gets their first win. But then they struggle in teams closing out yet again, which goes back to their old habits. And it's difficult. As for Barcelona, they are still showing that they are here to compete, just not able to close out against others. So it's still anybody's game other than Vitality. It's their series and their kind of region at this point, but for everybody else, it's just a battle of who's going to take it that day.
But those 2 wins are huge for Triple Trouble and PSG. Sure, we have some questions about them, but they have 2 wins on the board.
Getting a win,
so important.
And I don't think you can count Dignitas out right now. I mean, dude, that could be a spark that they need to put something else on for the rest of the weekends.
Like I would say, every other team in Europe wanted Mao Sports to win that series because no one wants to play Dignitas when it comes down to regional champions to try and make that world championship.
Yeah, what a barricade to try to get through. Anyways, we are going to get to the moment everyone's been waiting for. Of course, it's the Player of the Week. We had our nominees, but of course, it is going to be Scrub Killer. How can it not be?
It's so difficult to argue against that. We talked about it quite a bit in that post-match. Just everything he did, touches, double taps like this, looking so smooth. It's just perfect. Like, that is perfection. And I mean, Turtle, talk about it. How difficult it is to actually hit shots like that in moments like that.
It's one of those things where you think that somebody will play differently in game because you see him practice like this, offline and everything like that. But then you see him actually come here and perform and hit these ceiling shots, and it's just a whole nother level because you're thinking. Like it's not a matter of overthinking. He just simply does it, and he does it in a clean fashion.
Yeah. And it's so scary too because say he does miss 1 out of 10. Well, he's got Fairy Peak and K-Dop to follow up, so he can go for whatever he wants, which is awesome for him. The freedom to do whatever he wants, and it's showing right now. He's making everything look so smooth, so easy, and of course the overtime winner to top off the day.
That's what's nuts too is like I feel like by the end of the season we're gonna have each of them on Vitality have Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Like there's no way they can't. But anyways, we are at the end of Europe for week 3. I just want to get some final thoughts from you guys. Lawler, start us off.
I think Gibbs. God, Gibbs. That's a Gibbs.
That's the Gibbs.
That's Gibbs. James is somewhere else. Yeah. No, I think you hit the nail on the head. Vitality is looking great, but this is the best day of Rocket League we've seen so far this season. It's been a pleasure to watch.
Vitality, they're at 2 losses. The record is 4 for a season, so we're going to be watching that. They played Triple Trouble and Mouse, 2 games that they could probably easily sweep. Yeah. So weeks 4 and 5 would be a lot of fun to watch them.
I'm just excited for the future because you see a dominant team like Vitality, but nobody else is really contesting them. So I'm so curious to see how the rest of the matches are going to play out over these next few weeks.
Hey, man, target on their back. We saw what it did to Dignitas, so who knows?
Well, things are only going to get crazier. Thanks, guys, for your thoughts. Let's go over to the board and see what EU has in store for week number 4. I don't even know which ones. These are all going to be hard. The one I guess I'm going to look forward to, mentioned on the desk there, was PSG versus TSM. That could definitely be a deciding match to see who's going to get that 2nd to 3rd spot. But of course, while you're waiting for next week, get online and buy your tickets for LAN, June 21st to 23rd at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. It's tickets.rlesports.gg. But the action resumes again next week for North America at 11:30 a.m. PST. For now, I'm Leafex signing off, and we'll see you soon.
Now back in the midfield, looking for Mystic. Now back to speed, looking for the shot. Scrub Killer flips, panics, and we've got a tie game. Setting overtime. 8 minutes and 11 seconds. Yeah. Well, that one won't be that long. Oh my goodness, Fairy to intercept. Now Fairy Peak back over. Scrub Killer airborne as well onto the backboard. Mystics there, but doesn't find it. Scrub Killer's happy to double tap that one down by tap.
And it's all the challenge game for me. Okay.
Great. Beautiful.
To be high. Net could be open here. It is, and Devo adding some flair on. That's a hat trick. Metza trying to get TSM on the attack. Ignite helping out, gets a double tap, and he makes the shot. Alpha trying to get the challenge. Ignite off the backboard to Metza. Metza towards net.
Alpha?
And Alpha just hitting the brakes.
We just stopped.
Waiting for it, that triple commit though. Could have been costly. Alpha with the shot off the crossbar. Metza center to Panda. He's gonna get there eventually. Yukio with the shot off the crossbar on the goal line, and Turbo finally finishes it off.
Not want to happen. Off the whiff, Vitality take it. Fairy Peak flipping it over to Scrub Kill of Vitality. A highlight reel of a team. They continue on. Pick up his own corner boost on the way out. So TSM bought themselves space and time.
dribbling.
But an opening, K-Dot to Scrub. Score! Vitality! Exquisite! They win the game and gain 4. They move to a still undefeated record.